Welcome back, boys and girls. It's time to reopen the gates of adventure and mystery to return to a strange new world. Chapter 1, Back in Mondeal City. After returning back home, I had 2 days of normalcy, 2 days of peace and relaxation, 2 days of school life. After my 20 years in Mondeal, I've grown to appreciate all the modern conveniences, like the warm toilets of the running hot water, and electricity that lights up the whole entire city, along with a million different types of devices around the city. I do love being back home, but I also miss my 20 years of adventures in that medieval world. I wish someday I can return to a strange new world. I can return back to a strange new world. Wow, Sai, you and my brother have one big adventure, said Reese, and that's an excited voice that I'll see her doing cartwheels in my room pretty soon. Well, I don't believe this whole tired fantasy world you visited, said Celestial in another one of her critical mindsets as he stands up from an old desk chair, the same desk chair that my dad found at the city's junkyard. Well, when I went to that world, Sai was 20 years older than me. Oh, when I went to that world, Sai was 20 years older than me, said Robert as he opened the novelist door. So that weird time dilation thing could prove that your adventure was nothing more than a shared dream, said Celestia as we all walked out of my poorly decorated room and into a long hallway that connects all the rooms together. After Robert closed the door, I glanced around to see no pictures hanging on the walls, or because we never bothered to hang them back up after that storm hit the city. As we continued down the barren hallway to the front door, as Lester yelled, "Dad, we're going to Robert's house." "Okay, honey. Can you kids tell Mr. Zalfie that we need to meet up again?" said my dad as he walked out of the kitchen, still wearing his coach's whistle. "Okay, Mr. Mitch, we'll tell the butler," said Reese as he walked back into the kitchen, and we walked outside into a small front yard with a very old and rusty swing set that I haven't set since I was 10. As he started steadily walking through the neighborhood, past the school, and seen a glimpse of the old intersection. Under the bridge, the same place where the mysterious portal appeared at least 3 times in one day. As we continued walking through the neighborhoods, the buildings went from a 1 to 2-story house and an apartment complex to a huge yard with the massive houses, types of houses that the kids love to go trick-or-treating at on Halloween. As Robert used the bronze dragon door knocker, Mr. Zalfie opens the door for us to enter. Master Robert and Mistress Reese, nice for you to be back in this house, and it seems you brought a guest. A few guests with you, said Mr. Zalfie, as the door slams closed with a loud thud. As I could only see a part of a floral-themed living room, Zalfie said, "All you kids do remember the rule, but only being on the 2nd floor? Am I right?" "Well, Mr. Zalfie, we were thinking about hanging out in the backyard today," said Reese in a very polite manner, trying to get the approval of the butler. "Well, that is okay, but you can only use the back door of this hallway, and you will go nowhere else. Do I make myself clear?" said Mrs. Alfie in a very strict and unapologetic manner as he slowly walks backwards into the living room. As Robert opened the back door into the patio, I felt a strange presence coming from the house. Someone was still watching us. After Robert closed the door, I saw 4 pampered felines sleeping on a nice-looking and very comfortable outdoor couch. Alongside the back wall of the house was a very spacious flower bed of every type of roses in existence. There was also a large playset with a handcrafted playhouse in the backyard. Every time I came out to this backyard, the playhouse is a different color, and today it looks like a slightly bright dull yellow, signaling the end of summer and the beginning of fall. As we were walking towards the back of the playhouse, there was the portal of Mondeal. Wait, why is it here and not as usual location? Under the bridge, I said in a slightly confused way. As I remember someone painting over the mural yesterday. So the graffiti art, the dragon, the troll, and the dwarf was all gone. Probably been replaced with some more crudely drawn artwork. I remember my sister's black golden chain with 3 charms hanging from Celestial's arm, also given by our mom, like the golden heart necklace that I never took off since I got it 5 years ago. Those 3 charms was a bronze dragon, a silver diamond, and a golden heart. How can this be really happening? Said Celestial to a point of utter confusion that he couldn't explain it, no matter how much he tried. Wow, I can't wait to go to the magical world with you this time around, said Reese in such an excited manner that he wanted to jump head first into the portal but resisted. Girls, I'm sorry, because you can't go with us. It's too dangerous, said, not really knowing what type of reaction they were going to have after hearing the bad news. Hey, Sai, how much can change in just 50 hours? Said Robert as he'd been cut off by Celestial. Reese understands about the whole time dilation thing. They just tried to stop convincing Big Brother Sai to change his mind, Robert, said Celestial as I caught a glimpse of Reese trying to hide a frown. Okay, that's settled then, I said in a calm tone, trying to hide my fear of this conversation playing out way differently than it did. As Robert jumped through the portal, I thought about what we will be returning. As Robert jumped through the portal, I thought about that we will be returning to Mondeal 50 years later from the day we disappeared.